guys, welcome back. For those of you who have not seen me before, my name is Lindsay. I am Pink Stitcher on YouTube, I am Pink Stitcher on Instagram, and I am Caliastra almost everywhere else, Ravelry, that sort of thing. If you're back again, thank you for continuing to watch. Thank you for everybody's comments, and thank you for everyone who subscribed. I hope that everybody has had a good week. My week has been good, actually. I am still child free. He is back on Monday. It's Friday today. It's the 11th of August, sorry, I should have said that. So I've got another couple of days before he's back. I was asked yesterday if I missed him, and no, not yet. I've been glad of the break, actually. Not that he's very demanding, but it's been good to be able to go out in the evening and sort of do what I want. I was in London on Wednesday. I went for a demo of the HTC Vive virtual reality headset, which is great. That was really good and really interesting. And then we went out for dinner afterwards, which left me full for 2 days. I ate too much. So that was good. I was at Board Games Club on Tuesday night. I was out on Monday night. It's been, it's been good. I'm out tonight for dinner with a friend, and I'm out tomorrow night for dinner with my partner and his father and his father's wife, or his stepmother, my partner's stepmother. So yes. And then, I'm sort of stuck again after Monday. Not that I resent it, but sometimes I wish that he could sort of look after himself of an evening. You know what it's like, you have children and you end up with no social life, and you end up sort of trying to transport them to their social lives. Anyway, so last time you saw me, I was still stitching on red. I finally put it away. I'd spent a while thinking about how I was going to go forward with stitching, and how I was going to organise some sort of rotation. I've had a rotation before which was good but had some problems, so I spent a long time trying to identify what I needed from stitching, what motivated me, what unmotivated me. Is unmotivation a word? Or what stopped me from stitching, what problems I encountered which stopped me from stitching. And I think I've come up with a rotation which hopefully will work for me. I can't seem to do the rotation where you've got a set project for a set amount of time. I used to stitch for 10 hours on each project and go through them alphabetically. And that was great until I got to a project that I didn't want to work on. And I didn't work on it, or it took me, instead of taking me 2 days to do the 10 hours, it took me 2 weeks to do the 10 hours because I did not want to do it, so I avoided it. So choice is important to me. I need to have some sort of choice, but I need to have less choice than, I need to limit my choices. My decision making ability is, obviously, I can't decide between 16 things what I want to work on. So I've narrowed that down, and what I am going to do is I am going to have a 5-week rotation. I might make it a 6-week rotation, but at the moment, as I've got it written down, it's a 5-week rotation, and I've actually already just about done a week of that. So, to explain, I am going to have a Heaven and Earth Designs week, which gives me a choice of 3 projects to work on. I am going to have a Chatelaine week, which doesn't give me a choice actually, because I've only got one Chatelaine on the go, but I've got smaller ones that I can start if I get really stuck. I am going to have a sampler week. Now, I've only got one sampler on the go at the moment. Depending on what I classify as a sampler, I may sort of expand what I'm classifying as a sampler to include either, say, the Stitches Blackwork Journey or the Around the World's in 80 Stitches, because technically, you know, they are samplers. I'm going to have a Mirabilia week, which gives me 3 projects to choose from again. And I am going to have an Everything Else week, which is basically is everything left over, which is like the Giant Harry Potter and the Clyde's Rhapsody calendar and Save the Stitches if I put it in there, and Around the World of 80 Stitches. So I've got 3 or 4 projects to choose from each week. I'm not going to stitch on the same project for the whole week if I don't want to. If I do, then fine, but if I get bored with it within a couple of days, then I will switch to another project in that category. I say a week. It's actually going to be 6 days, because I decided that I needed to set some goals, small-ish goals, and actually probably get some things finished so that I can start some more things. You know, that's my motivation. I don't want to finish the thing because I want the thing. I want to finish the thing so that I can start something else. But, you know, whatever. My rotation for the normal weeks is going to run from a Saturday to a Thursday. Friday, I have made Finish It Friday. So what I'm going to do on Friday is I am going to pick a project and I am going to work on that each Friday until it's finished, or until I've reached a goal on it. If it's a smaller project, or if I'm very close to finishing it, then it will be, you know what, I'm going to finish it. If it's a Heaven and Earth or a larger piece, if it's a Heaven and Earth, it's a page finish. You know, I'm not going to keep stitching on a huge Heaven and Earth design every Friday until I finish it, because that's going to take me decades. A page finish is still an achievement, and it's, you know, something that I can section down. The likes of something that comes in parts, then, you know, a part is a finish technically for the purposes of this. So Save the Stitches, you know, a block, or Around the World in 80 Stitches, you know, one of the parts that was released, something like that. So it is now Friday. It is Finish It Friday. I've been through not quite a week's rotation because I started it, but came up with this idea, you know, a bit late, and I started on Monday. But I'm going to show you the progress that I've made and what I'm going to be working on today. And I should have brought out my Chatelaine, because that's what I'm going to be working on next week. So from tomorrow it's Chatelaine week. I've put all these things in my calendar just so that I know what I'm doing. The organisation of my whips into bags has helped this a lot. so I'm no longer having to rummage for things. I don't have that barrier where I don't want to go looking for this and digging in the bottom of boxes and looking for patterns and looking for threads and looking for the width. So without further ado, here's where I got to on red, just to catch you up. I was not actually sick of this, I don't think. I was just starting to slow down a bit. So there we go. And this is Mirabilia. It is red. This is the like sort of page break. So this is the top half. I was about to start getting into her skin, and I thought, yeah, I'm just going to be there forever. I don't want to start that. This is on 32 count linen, which of course is Belfast, because you know it's 32 count, and it's Picture This Plus, and it's Da Vinci. There we go. That is the only piece of Picture This Plus fabric I have, because you know it's expensive to get things from the States. I paid more in shipping and import duty and or VAT and the customs charge than I did for the fabric. But never mind. So that's that out of the way for the moment. The next thing I worked on, I went into, you know, Heaven and Earth week, and I got a page finish. So that's Ex Machina by Chris Ortega, and that's the first page, and I am pleased with that. I'm sure there are mistakes in it, but you know, you can't tell. And you know, this piece of fabric is scarily large. Yeah, I've got another 74 pages to go or something, but never mind. I tried a new thing with this, and I am glad that I tried it because I learned something. So I did this last column cross country. I normally park, but I thought, I wonder if it's faster for me to do cross country, to stitch every, you know, stitch in that colour, and then move on to the next colour, and then, you know, I'm not parking and messing around with part threads and that sort of thing. Normally I park in 10 by 10 blocks and move down, so I will stitch every stitch of that colour in a 10 by 10 block and park it in the block below, go into the next colour and park it in the block below. So I thought, I'll give it a go, I'll try cross country. Took me 4 times longer than parking, 4 times longer. I got really confused. I couldn't tell which stitch was which, because I was dealing with a larger area. My stitches got so, or my fabric and stitches got so thick to the point that I could barely get the needle through it till where I actually hurt my thumb. So yeah, parking for me is much faster, much easier, less confusing. I love parking. Cross country is awful. If you know, do cross country, and that's your preferred method, then you know, you go for it, but it's not for me. I'm glad that I tried it because now I know. So I got the page finished and I thought, will I go on to the next page? No. So I grabbed another Heaven and Earth. Now I only worked on this for one day, and that day was yesterday, and I was a bit busy yesterday and I did not get much done, but I got 300 stitches in. This is the Grey Lady Quick Stitch by Bridget Ashwood, and I got 300 stitches done. and I was parking, and it was really easy and really quick, and I knew what I was doing. And actually this is not very confetti heavy, it's mainly just a few colours. I mean, I timed myself just because I was curious, and I got 100 stitches done in 22 minutes. So I mean, it doesn't take me very long. That is stitched on 18 count Ada 2/1. Ex Machina is stitched on 20 count Ada 2/1. The reason I started this one is because I had a piece of fabric in, so you know, that's why I used. Excuse me. So that was my week. I actually want to keep working on that, but it's time to put it away. I was just sort of getting into it. Excuse me, I've got stuff in my eye. What else was I going to say? So today is Finish It Friday. The reason I picked Friday was because normally I've got a lot of time to stitch on a Friday. My partner stays in London on a Friday evening usually, which is what he's doing tonight. He'll be back at lunchtime tomorrow. He's in the office in London today, so he stays there Friday night. I basically have the place to myself and can do what I like of the evening, especially today when the kiddies not here. It's so quiet. I'm not having to watch constant reruns of Top Gear or whatever rubbish she's watching on television. I love Top Gear. I'm a big fan of Top Gear, but you know, 8 or 9 episodes a day, there's only so much Jeremy Clarkson I can take. Anyway, so it is Finish It Friday, and I've spent the last 3 years procrastinating because I don't want to work on this project, and it's so close to finishing. It's ridiculous. So the first thing that I have chosen to finish is my Clouds Factory Biscornu. It's called We're All Mad Here, I believe. I've got the little cup and a little dormouse to put in there. I've got the end of the Cheshire Cat. I've got to do the stitching around, and then I've got the other side to do. The other side is this middle part, and then just some circles around. There's no characters or anything for the back. If I get my act together, perhaps I could finish this today. I don't enjoy stitching on this. I really don't. I don't know why. I don't like it. But I will finish it. You know. This is a Crafty Kitten fabric. It was a month, I think it was February. It was like the Valentine's one, so it doesn't have a name. It's just a February club. It's pink and it's got a bit of, it's pink. So we'll see how I get on with that. Otherwise I'm going to be back on it next Friday and procrastinating again. I've really not got that much to do in this. I've obviously got to put it together. I'm bad at finishing things. I don't mean I'm bad at getting things finished, although actually yes I am. I mean I'm bad at FFOing things. So yes, I'm gonna start working on that when I've finished recording. Get this uploaded to YouTube. And oh god, I've probably only got like 200 stitches to put into that. I can finish that today. I'm out for dinner tonight, but the friend that I'm meeting has to usually leave quite early because she has to travel for an hour and a half to get home, and because she's not a night owl like me, so she generally gets quite tired and leaves about 9:30. So, you know, by the time I get home, if it's 10 o'clock, I've still got 4 hours of stitching left because I'm up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to listen to an audiobook. I've been watching, if you care, The Blacklist. I've been binge watching The Blacklist, which is an American TV series which has, oh God, I nearly said Daniel because that's his character in the Stargate movie. It's got Daniel from the Stargate movie in it. He's also in The Secretary, which is I love that movie. James Spader. There we go. Right. It's got James Spader in it. I love James Spader. I adore James Spader. He's just great. He's older now, obviously. He's older in this than, you know, I've seen him before, but oh, he's just such a good actor. So yeah, I've been enjoying that. I've watched, in the last week, I've watched a season and a half of it. So, and I'm listening to an audiobook called Mermaid Song by a person that I can't remember. It's a murder mystery detective-y thing. I was about to look on my phone, but you're on my phone. Unless you want me pushing your buttons then. So I'm going to put this stuff away. I'm going to get on with that. I hope that you have a good week. I am going to try and record every Friday, just because I've now got a rotation, and you know, that means that I've got a schedule, and that schedule sort of weekly. So I'm going to try and stick a video together every week, and then you don't end up with a 2 hour long video because I've not got that much to show. So that's what I was going to say. So one more thing. I discovered XJuDesigns on Etsy. I've been looking for neutral fabric, hand-dyed neutral fabric, for quite a long time, months, and there are 4 good indie dyers in the UK, but they don't carry a huge range of neutrals. They maybe only got 2 or 3 each, and they didn't really appeal to me. And I was also looking for higher count, so I was looking for 40 count, 36 count, and only one of them does 40 count and nobody does 36 count as far as I could see. Now, I think it was Ingeborg, Stitch Too Far, ordered from XJuDesigns and got a lot of neutrals. So of course I went over to the Etsy shop and I ordered 10 pieces of fabric. I had 20 in my cart. I sat on it for a week and I wrote it down. I sat on it for a couple of days. And then I thought, I'm going to buy it because I really, it's all I'm thinking about. And I need fabric. I've got a full DMC collection. I've got almost a full Jewellery Designs collection. I've got, I'm getting a Week's Dye Work collection. I'm getting a Dast collection. I don't have neutral fabrics that I can stitch samplers on. So I've got fabric that I can stitch mirrors and things on, but they're all, you know, pink and purple and green and brown and yellow and gold and, you know, scarlet and ochre around. Anyway, so that should turn up. I think she's away on holiday at the moment, so it will get sent out on Monday. The reason that I ordered from her was because she lives in Hungary. Hungary is in the EU. I don't need to pay customs charges on that, and that's great, because if I ordered £150 worth of fabric from the States, oh, I also got free shipping. If I ordered 150, excuse me, pounds worth of fabric from the US, I would pay at least £15 in shipping. I would pay, let me do the maths, £40 in, £30 in customs charges, £8 in the fee that they charge you to tell you that you've got customs charges, and that's nearly half, you know, that's like £70 or something, which just for reference is about $95 in just charges getting into the country. So, you know, it saved me a lot of money. Her fabric is gorgeous. Now, I'm saying that, I don't have it in my hands, I've only seen it on the screen, but it looks really, really nice. So we'll see, and I will show that when it comes in. Hopefully it will come in on a day where, you know, I'm here on my own, and then I can roll in it. Trying not to order yarn at the moment. Again, I'm just procrastinating. Right, I'm gonna go. Enjoy your week, folks. Feel free to leave comments. If you've got any questions, then ask them, be they stitching related, personal. I will answer them to the best of my ability. Cool. Next week I will be back with possibly a finish, you never know, and my progress on Persian Iris Garden. That's Chatelaine, and you know what I'm gonna do next week for Finish It Friday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, not the Biscornu. The Biscornu will be done. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye bye.